Hey guys, it's Jonathan with Southern Drone Ops. Pretty excited today. We are announcing we have a new staff member. This is Chandice Montgomery. She is a Jonesboro native. Cache native, close enough. Same thing. It's where it's the Jonesboro metropolis area.
The Northeast Arkansas.
Yeah, it's Northeast Arkansas. It was really. I should have known that, but even when I was interviewing her, I was talking to her about something, and she looked at what I was saying to her, and she said, "You didn't really read my resume, did you?" And I said, "No, I didn't really read your resume. I'm sorry. I tried. I read some of it, just not all of it." And when I saw her, I knew I needed a lot. Someone besides me, because up until this point, it's just been my face in the community and my face around and my face doing things. And it's not that good looking on a face. Two, it's just me. And now I've got to the point to where I've got Mike and Grayson and Steve and Judd, and there's just so many people that are a part of this that I can't wear all those hats anymore. So now I'm trying to not necessarily fully replace myself everywhere. I would like to, but I still want to have the ability to kind of jump into different areas. But I definitely felt like in this area, especially, I was missing a really good representative, because when I'm here, it's great. But like when I went and taught at Southern University, or when I go to a different state to go set up a new farm, I'm going to be gone for a week or so, and there's just nobody here from Southern Drone Ops taking care of my farm families around here, or talking to the ag extensions, or the agents, or the agronomist, or whoever, whichever companies. So I actually saw her. Resume, saw it and just saw her background. I was like, that's exactly what I need, and that's what I think would go great in our company. And so you guys know I'm a third generation aerial applicator. My dad and granddad were crop dressers. Y'all have heard that a ton of times. But she as well has, a second and third generation bit of her in agriculture. So it's really interesting to kind of see that and to bring somebody else on that is able to understand the agriculture, because I'm by no means an ag expert. Anybody that says they're an ag expert, I really question that, because there are so many different facets and areas of agriculture that I don't think there's a way that anybody could say that they're an expert. Even, I mean, I wouldn't even call myself a drone agriculture expert. I still struggle even saying that. So, but bringing somebody else in that has as much ag experience as she does, and growing up and seeing it like she has, really is going to help the company, especially when I'm gone. And this is going to be our new media room, to where you guys have seen Caleb do our great content. But now we're going to have a home. We're going to have a place that we're going to be able to hopefully start doing a lot of agriculture news, because that's one thing I've went on for a very, very long time, is that we don't have good representation in agriculture. We don't have a microphone or a really good set of people that are saying, hey, this is what's going on. This is what we're battling. These are the problems we're having in the ag industry. And I think having something like this for both of us to talk about, and hopefully get as much education to you guys as possible, other than drones and tech and all that other, but just kind of what's going on in the ag industry as a whole. And so I'm going to kick it over to Candace, kind of help her back and forth. This is her first time on camera. She's really, really nervous. So be kind and be gentle. But Candace, tell us just a little bit about your past, where you grew up at, obviously Cache, not Jonesboro.
Cache.
And just kind of what your family did and how you got to where you are now.
Well, so like Jonathan, I would be a third generation aerial applicator too. My dad and my grandfather were both ag pilots. And I grew up working on the farm. I started when I was about 11 at the very, very bottom, putting in spills, sweeping the shop, And then as I got older, I got a little bit more responsibilities, and I got to see, people in my family and people that I worked for wear a lot of different hats. When I, graduated high school, I knew I wanted to be, carry on my legacy in some way. And it took me a little bit to get here. I went into the equipment world. I sold construction equipment. I was product manager for the compact construction equipment line. And I went around to a lot of farms and got to meet a lot of farmers and see their hard work and just see how they spent their days. And I left there and I went into a little bit different industry. I went into industrial the industrial side of the equipment world. So I lost my farmers, and I also kind of lost my fun. It was my favorite place to be was on the job site with a construction crew or on the farm. That was where I was most comfortable. So I then left, and then I just went into working construction, just being a machine operator, motor grader, excavator, bulldozer, that kind of stuff. And that was where I was happy. And then I, followed the Southern Drone page, and I thought, oh my goodness, this is amazing. This is the coolest thing I've ever seen. And it just felt like it was, kind of a calling to me. It was really cool for me to see, something from the past come back into the future, but also in the most advanced and cool way. And I messaged Jonathan actually just to say, hey, I think what you're doing is absolutely amazing, and I support you, and I'm proud of you. And I know this is weird because you don't know me, but I just felt it, And then we kind of went from there. So I'm really, really, really excited to be a part of this team. Just seeing them, how they work together, just how passionate they all are. Everyone from the interns to Jonathan to people like behind the scenes. This really is a tight-knit group. They're really passionate about what they do, and I'm so excited to see where this takes me. So
yeah. One thing she said she said to see from the past to now or in the future and things like that. What she means by that, and I had forgotten this until she pointed this out to me right before we started talking, was that when crop dusters first started, it was the farmers themselves doing it. It wasn't a service. It was the farmers themselves doing it. And as you guys know, my granddad was in World War II. That's how he got his pilot training, and that's all over my website. His graduation from Naval Academy, on the aircraft carrier. He was farming in North Carolina, and when they said, hey, we're using these planes now to spray the fields with, he's like, that's the exact planes I flew in World War II. So he just transitioned right over, and so I'd forgotten about that until she said that. So now where we are heading is to where started out crop dusters were just the farmers, and then now they become the services, and then now with the drones we're putting that back into the hands of the farmers themselves to actually spray. With the equipment cost and the things of how much like highboys are and other spraying equipment compared to what drones are now, I mean the drones are significantly less, even with our consulting and everything else added in, where you're still looking a lot less, and you're getting a lot more firepower with it. So that's something interesting that she had brought up earlier. I was like, I'd forgotten about that. So, but we hope to bring you a weekly update like this. It should be longer. We're going to have more talking points and have our stuff set up a little bit better, and actually have things to look at, talk about, all that other stuff. If there's any specific topics or anything that you guys would like us to go over, definitely comment, send us a message, email, something like that, and let us know, and we'll be happy to get that answered for you. Follow us on all of our socials, YouTube, Facebook, TikTok, LinkedIn, all those things, and hopefully you'll see more than just